America's hypocrisy of peace. Trump's new political comedian. Trump's recent statement, Israel should stop bombing Gaza because Hamas is ready for peace, may sound like a call for humanity, but in reality, it is yet another display of America's deep-seated hypocrisy. This is the same United States that has drenched the Middle East in blood for decades, all under the banner of peace and democracy. Every time Washington speaks of peace, the world should brace itself for another political deception, rather than a genuine act of compassion. Trump, who during his presidency extended extraordinary military and financial support to Israel, now suddenly poses as a messenger of peace. But can the same man who recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital, stabbing the Palestinian dream in the heart, truly speak of peace with sincerity? This statement is not a sign of empathy, it's a calculated political move. Trump is once again trying to craft an image of himself as a global peacemaker to gain moral ground ahead of the next elections. History testifies that America has never been a true advocate for peace in Palestine. Every peace plan coming out of Washington has been tailored to serve Israeli interests. Under the guise of diplomacy or the so-called war on terror, the US has consistently sacrificed the weak to protect the powerful. So when Trump says, Hamas is ready for peace, it is nothing more than political theater, because if the United States truly cared about peace, it wouldn't remain silent as Israeli bombs tear apart Gaza's children and families. For America, peace only holds meaning when it aligns with its own strategic goals. When Palestinians fight for self-determination, it's labeled terrorism, but when Israel wipes out entire neighborhoods, it's called self-defense. This double standard has kept the Middle East in perpetual flames, feeding chaos while preaching order. In truth, Trump's statement is less about stopping Israel and more about capturing global attention. He knows the world is increasingly outraged by the humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza, and he seeks to exploit that outrage for his political revival. But the reality remains this: as long as the United States continues to define peace through the lens of its own interests and Israel's dominance, its every so-called peace initiative will remain nothing but a deception soaked in the blood of the innocent.